What's up? What's up? It's too late now. You've been exposed on camera. What's up, y'all? Hey, check this out, man. Jay-Z, $25 million mistake. Diddy's Bodyguard exposes secrets. And Eva Barone found Ray J mom's destroyed Kim. All this type of stuff. Hey, this joint right here. I've been waiting to do this right here, man. I took me a little nap. And I'm telling y'all right now, man, hey, for everybody that's like, 45 and under, go ahead and laugh now. Go ahead and laugh. Because I'm going to tell y'all right now, one of the things that tripped me out is when you get older, man, things just start hurting for no reason. My arm, I don't know what I did to my arm, but my arm is all tore up. The first time I came to Philippines, my foot swelled up so bad for no reason. My back was hurting for no reason. I got heat and everything, so I'm gonna put some of this Tiger Balm on while we doing this reaction. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell, baby. Let's check this bad boy. Here we go.
And Eva Barone, Diddy's adopted daughter, has been found. However, I think it is a trap. And what else is going on? Oh, Diddy's bodyguard, the great, I was about to say the great Gene Deal has spoken. And baby, yeah, we got to talk about this because he letting Diddy's business out in the open, but also letting everybody know why everybody is going in on 50 cents. All right, let's get into this. How is everybody doing? Happy holidays. Have you guys gotten your shopping done? Are you planning on spending Christmas with loved ones? Do you have any loved ones? Who here is in a relationship? Who's newly single? Who is making the best do that they can in the holidays? Anyway, you guys, y'all want to get into this? Hey, what is up, everybody? What's up, 70R Thomas? Woo! What's up, Opal White? Hey, what's up? What's up, Walk Over Dreamin', DJ, PX? Who else is here? Mada POTUS. What's up? I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, what's up, Anthony Buchanan? Okay, what's up, Tracy? Hey, everybody. Hey, Chris Fox. Nicole, what's up, girl? Thank you. Nicole said, hi, Tisa. I've been following you for more than a couple of months now. And I got to say how amazing you are. Thank you, Mama. Same to you. I'm a surviving victim of DB, and you encourage me to keep pushing it. Keep pushing every day. The best is yet to come. You know, your hardest days are behind you. The good stuff is coming. Thank the Lord for that. And thank God, whatever you think, Lord, the higher power, the universe. But you guys, everybody send Nicole some love and some healing and some well wishes in her journey to become the woman. You are on a journey to become that which you already are, Nicole. You were born great. You have a light. Everybody sees it. That's why that demon tried to suck it out of you. But you left with your life and with your light. And good things are coming. Good things are coming. So kudos to you, Nicole. And I'm glad you're so here with us, okay? All right, let's get into this, okay? Because where y'all want to start at? Y'all want to start at the Jay-Z $25 million mistake? You want to start with Diddy and his bodyguard? Or you want to start with Ray J's mama going in on Kim to try to save her son? The same way she trying to save her son from what happened with Princess, and the same way she always trying to save. See, here's the thing. I have a lot of respect for the Norwoods, but I'm beginning to see that every woman in Ray J's life is the problem. They enable him. Princess excluded for now because I think she just got custody of the kids, or she's trying to get custody of the kids. Where y'all want to start? Oh, do y'all want to, which one? Put a 1 for Eva Barone, 2 for Jay-Z, 3 for Diddy's bodyguard, or 4 for Ray J and his mama and their nonsense. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit the comments. Which one want to start with first? Which one? 1, 2, 3, 4. I see a bunch of Ray J's. We about to start with Ray J. Which do y'all want to start with? Okay.
I see a bunch of ones.
DJ P said pick mama. All right, bet. I'm going to pick. Okay, we're going to start with Jay-Z and Tony Buzbee.
One.
Okay?
Yeah, a lot of ones.
Surprise. Okay, right? Surprise. Okay, one. Okay, thank y'all. Okay, so we got a lot of ones in the comments. We got twos. Okay, let's start with Jay-Z and the thing. Okay, so if you guys don't know, where we last left our beleaguered hero, Jay-Z tried to sue Tony Buzbee into oblivion. Now, here's the thing. We all know that Alex Spurl is Jay-Z's lawyer, one of the illest and realest, I will say, the illest and realest coming out of New York to ever do it, okay? He sent Tony Buzbee packing. Now, here's the thing. I have heard many things from many people about Jigga Man, right? Before he became Mr. Beyonce.
Jigga Man?
When Diddy was going up, a lot of people thought that Jigga Man would be the next to fall. I've always contended, if he goes down, it'll be for some financial stuff. Right? But that said, there are people thought there was Diddy stuff. Tony Buzbee came in. He came in with over 100 victims, swinging that Texas meat around, doing this, doing that. The biggest lawsuit was this young woman who said she was special needs, and Jay-Z, and she said Jay-Z and Diddy did something to her. Now, she recanted that, right? She recanted that, and they were going to just go their separate ways. However, there was something in the email where the attorney, Jay-Z's attorney, assured Buzbee that this was going to be like, if you drop the charges, we'll let this go. And after she dropped the charges, they went after her. They showed a recording of two private investigators showing up on the victim's doorstep. Where they were like, so the truth is, Jay-Z didn't do anything to you, right? And I was like, wait, I thought y'all said the party didn't happen. So did the party happen and Jay-Z wasn't there, or was he there and he didn't do anything? What is going on? On top of that, in the recording, there was a dog barking in the background, sounding scared. You know, dogs, when they are scared, they sound very fierce, but their barking is a little bit high pitched. And they're going crazy. You hear the private investigators going in on that girl, and she'd be like, can you leave? And they're like, no, we're here to help you. And the girl obviously sounds like she is special needs, right? Not neurodivergent, but like special needs. And I was like, wait a second. This girl was supposed to be anonymous, two private investigators and I was like, wait, isn't that illegal for Jay-Z to send private investigators? Then it came out, oh no, it wasn't hired by Jay-Z. It was just hired by people that had Jay-Z's interest. And I said, oh, we playing games, right? Anyway, the girl changed her story with the private investigators. And I said, well, Miss Ma'ams, I would have changed it too. You got two people you don't know. You're supposed to be anonymous, showing up at your doorstep. The dog's going crazy. I'd have told you whatever I need to tell you to get you off of my stump anywhere I could. Okay? Now, she recanted her story. She said Jay-Z did not grape her. I think that was the only lawsuit Jay-Z had. Diddy still has 1 billion, 11, got more lawsuits than kids. And we all know Diddy got 11 kids. So we thought that was it. So then Jay-Z went and sued Tony Buzbee for defamation and extortion. The defamation, it was like, what? Like, so if somebody accuses you of something, that's defamation, which may be of a case if you can prove that Jane Doe was lying, right? The extortion, y'all remember from my old lives, I was like, I don't know about that. Because what Tony Buzbee sent you was a demand letter. The demand letter was to sit down and have either meaningful negotiations, or the demand was to, what was the demand? Sit down and have meaningful negotiations, or I don't know. But they didn't ask for money. And the letter was a standard demand letter. So I was like, what games are y'all playing? Like, and I saw the game, because it's a game they've used to go after Busby, Blackburn, to go after every single lawyer that sued Diddy, right? It's a new thing that people do. Shannon Sharp tried this mess, and he ended up retiring his OnlyFans tenderoni, the one that's average in the face extra thick in the waist, spending all his money, right? The new thing now is when you sue somebody, they come at you and they're like, I'm gonna sue you for defamation, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it. They go to all these attacks, they make this whole big public showing about how you're a horrible lawyer, because the thing is they want to scare you off from new clients off from you. Anyway, all that happened, and they sued Tony Buzbee for all this stuff. Now they sued him in Mississippi. So Tony Buzbee was like, well, guess what? This ain't over. Because you guys did battery or whatever, and that's when you go. So lawyers are not allowed to solicit other lawyers' clients to sue them. They call it battery or something like that. They said that's exactly what Jay-Z's team did. That's what he said. And it was a lawyer named Marcy, and she's connected to Jay-Z. This is very important because she runs Rock Nation Prison or Rock Nation Prison Reform, something like that. But it's a branch of Rock Nation, okay? So do y'all know that the income for Rock Nation came out, I believe, a few days ago? And they said, I think Rock Nation, at least the music part, makes $300 million a year. How is that possible? Those numbers have to be wrong. How 300 million? How does Rock Nation still have the lights on? I don't think those numbers are right. Anyway, right? Getting back to the battery, right? So Tony Buzbee's got, guess what? I'm suing y'all. So he filed a lawsuit to counter whatever, because he's mad. Because Tony Buzbee tried to walk into New York City with that Texas sensibility, and Alex Spiro ate him up. It was very embarrassing for Tony Buzbee. It was very humiliating. I know everybody was picking teams. I didn't have a team. I was waiting to see how it ended. And I know Tony Buzbee went out with a whimper. However, he redeemed himself. Speaking of Shannon Sharp's tenderoni, he redeemed himself with Shannon Sharp, because Shannon Sharp tried to run the Jay-Z Alex Spiro thing on Buzbee. Oh no, I'm gonna stand up, show the evidence you got. And Tony Buzbee said, oh boy, you must be gone playing with it. Well, I shouldn't use the word boy because Tony Buzbee is from Texas and a MAGA supporter. So he said, oh, sir, you must think I'm playing with you, Mr. Sharp. And Tony Buzbee showed his hands, and those hands lost Shannon Sharp hit like millions, huge podcast deal, got a show canceled from ESPN. It just destroyed him, right? So now he's on YouTube still making problematic statements, right? Anyway, I say all this to say Tony Buzbee redeemed himself with Shannon Sharp, which made me revisit the Jay-Z one. Was like, wait, was Jane Doe lying, or was she just an unreliable witness? The world will never know. She said it didn't happen. She recanted it. All right, then, fine. So, cut to now. You would think it would be over, but it's not. It looks like Rock Nation is still mad at Tony Buzbee, and they want Tony Buzbee to suffer because they just posted this. Pay attention. This is very, very important. I had to give y'all the backstory so you know what's going on now. All right. They've been going back and forth, but I had to give y'all a little bit of backstory. So listen to this because, and I put my ear to the street in Galveston, Texas, to find out what was going on. And baby, they said this might have been the biggest, most costly misstep the Rock Nation has made. If they're right. So listen to this. All right. Where are we at? Okay. So
love it when the paperwork comes out.
Are we
paperwork?
At? Okay.
Paperwork.
So Marcy Croft, right? She is the head of Rock Nation Prison Reform or Rock Nation Reform, something like that. So she does like the prison reform stuff for Rock Nation. So she's definitely associated with Jay-Z. They were working super like this with Alex Spiro. We all know Alex Spiro's Elon Musk's attorney. He's also Jay-Z's attorney. Alex Spiro humiliated Tony Buzbee. All right, you can be a Tony Buzbee fan, but one, know who you're rooting for. You know, I root for anybody that's bringing victims and protecting victims. You know, but know who you're rooting for. He humiliated him, and the case fell apart. And Tony Buzbee, to be a lawyer of that caliber, shouldn't have been so sloppy, because by his sloppiness and his bravado coming into the New York courts, it actually did put a lot of the cases at a disadvantage. A lot of the cases got dismissed and they weren't allowed to actually refile. But that said, right? I do feel like Alex Spiro and them set a precedent that Shannon Sharpe tried to follow. Famous men with money being like, guess what? I'm the victim, and suing. But this time, Tony Buzbee had receipts, right? Anyway, Marcy Croft, right, is suing Tony Buzbee and his law firm, right, and Jose Maldonado in support thereof as follows. This is directly from the shout out to Diddy Docket on Twitter. I have all the court documents. If you want to see them, let me know. But let me just speed you through because I'm going to get to the juicy part. All right. They say this case arises from a coordinated campaign to falsely accuse a well-respected attorney of criminal conduct and to broadcast those accusations to the massive public audience in an effort to discredit, intimidate, and silence her. Now, Marcy is talking about herself. She said to Tony Buzbee's 100,000K, 100K followers on Instagram. I know when I read that too, I rolled my eyes so hard. And Valentine TV, what's up, Valentine? Said, love you, T. Said, my Tattletale family, love all the different types of videos. Thank you so much, Valentine. Sending love to you. I hope this holiday is a quick one. Curry Irving, 1391. Woo! You said much love, Tisa. Appreciate the insight and the conversation. Thank you so much, Corey. And Miss Boss Diva 510. Thank you for being a member for 6 months. Also, Valentine, thank you for being a member for 24 months. You said, I love how Tisa hits that live button ready to give us a tease. Such a pleasant surprise. For you and me both. I forgot I scheduled this live. Okay, so let's be a little serious. Okay. So anyway. Okay, so I said, when I first read this, I said, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, because look who's now being sued for criminal actions, right? I'm being accused of criminal actions. So then she said, and further into that campaign, defendant Anthony Tony Buzbee and his law firm publicly accused plaintiff Marcy Croft of committing multiple felonies, including illegal client solicitation. So if you guys don't know, they thought they had Tony Buzbee because they filed in a Mississippi court. Tony Buzbee is known for suing oil companies and like power companies and big South companies and getting huge settlements for his clients, okay? That's his claim to fame. And in Mississippi, I believe he sued some oil company. I want to say BP, but maybe it wasn't BP. And he got huge settlements. However, one of they came forward, Marcy Croft and a few people. I think they said Alex Burr was, no, well, maybe he wasn't. It doesn't matter. They're all one Rock Nation, right? They brought forth clients of Tony Buzbee, who said that Tony Buzbee did not pay them their settlements, and Tony Buzbee was doing illegal mess, right? And I said, if this is true, they got Tony Buzbee at Short and Harry's. However, that lawsuit got tossed out of Mississippi court without prejudice. With prejudice means you can't ever bring it up again. Without prejudice is like, nah, wrong venue, wrong court. Get it out of here. Go take it to someone else. So she did. She took it down to Galveston, Texas. Okay. Now, one of the people, when Tony Buzbee was like, yo, I'm going to sue y'all. One of the people was Jose Maldonado. Jose Maldonado these are all former clients of Buzbee. If you guys don't know, it's illegal to go to a lawyer. If you're a lawyer, it's illegal to go to another lawyer's client and be like, yo, I don't think they did good for you. You should sue them. So Tony Buzbee was like, no. Jose Maldonado went to the Busby law firm and it's like, do you know that Jay-Z's people are calling around saying, yo, you can get like $100,000 if you suing Tony Buzby, like the money's there. What you want to do? And that's why these people filed that lawsuit in Mississippi. Lawsuit got thrown out. They refiled it in Galveston. All right. Now here's what she's suing Tony Buzby for. She's saying that Tony Buzby said that she committed multiple felonies, including the illegal client solicitation, that is barratry or whatever, intimidation, those were the private eyes they sent out that they said didn't work for Jay-Z, but were there representing Jay-Z's interests. Girl, okay. And obstruction of justice. I don't know what that's about. These accusations were published on social media platforms with substantial followings. The statements were false, unprivileged, and made with actual malice. The accusation did not arise from any misconduct by Ms. Cross. Instead, they arose after Ms. Croft briefly and voluntarily evaluated a former Buzbee client concerning, hold on. Come on, next stage. Concerning the Busby law firm's handling of client funds and declined to recommend pursuing the case. Rather than ending the matter, defendants acting in concert publicly accused Ms. Croft of criminal activity. Accusations of felony conduct against a practicing lawyer strike at the very core of the professional reputation and livelihood, which, let me just say this. They're right. It does. But I find it funny. I find it odd. I find it interesting that this is Diddy's peoples. That's what they do. They go after lawyers and try to destroy their reputations. And they don't even care if it gets proved in court. They just want the press release because that's all that they know. And I feel like they tried to run that same play on Busby. The only thing is Buzzy's reputation precedes him. So it had damage, but not that much damage. And now they're accusing Busby of doing it to them. By falsely portraying Mrs. Croft as a criminal conspirator, defendants sought to discredit, intimidate, and silence her through public posts rather than the truth. This lawsuit seeks accountability by defamation, false light, emotional distress, civil conspiracy. No lawyer, regardless of platform, notoriety, or audience, is entitled to accuse another of crimes of impunity. The law provides a remedy where reputation is destroyed by deliberate falsehoods. This action seeks that remedy. I said, okay, maybe, but I hope you're right because this is literally the playbook that they ran to get Jay-Z out of trouble, right? But I said, okay, fine, because I'm not defending anybody. Tony Buzbee, like, if you did it, you did it, right? But here's the tea. So now we get into the tea because right after that posted, right? Where's he at? Right after that posted, let me move this into a frame so y'all can see. Buzbee said she filed in Galveston. I'm sorry. Buzbee said she filed in Galveston? What a fool. I'm going to put this bottom feeder out of business. I said, what? Excuse me? Galveston. So you know my nosy self. I ran over to the Legal Eagles in Galveston and was like, yo, like, what's T? What's he talking about? How he talking about, it sounds like he's about to put her in the ground. Well, here's the T on Galveston. Hold on. You know my phone's about to go dead. Here we go. Y'all know my phone is always about to go dead. Let me scoot over. Okay, so where's the T? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, hold on. What was I doing? Talking trash, but about who? Oh, that's right. Let me get to the thing. So Galveston. Yes. So let me pull my text messages up. So I did a little research and I actually talked to people in the Galveston kind of AMM era. And what I discovered, listen, let me just say this. This might have been the worst thing that they actually could have done. Okay. So listen, Marcy is suing Tony and his firm for $25 million. She claims Buzbee used his massive social media, over 100,000 followers, to falsely brand her as a criminal. She says the trouble started when She said a former client of Buzbee, Jose Maldonado, approached her to investigate if Buzbee was mishandling client money. But when Maldonado allegedly flipped and sided with Buzbee to set her up, okay? Now, this is why Jay-Z is involved. Even though Marcy Croft is the one suing, Jay-Z is the target behind the target. Marcy is the boots on the ground for Team Rock's criminal justice reform work, like their work in Mississippi prisons. The article suggests that by attacking Croft, Buzbee is trying to discredit Jay-Z's entire legal team and distract from the fact that his original essay case against Jay-Z fell apart in New York earlier this year, okay? The Barratry accusation, right? Buzbee claims Croft was offering, Rock Nation's lawyer was offering his former clients up to $10,000 to return against them and file lawsuits. Rock Nation says this is a complete lie designed to ruin her reputation because she knows too much about Buzbee's financial practices. It's not over, right? The Galveston connection, that's the part that we actually need to get into. Hold on. I'm going through my text. I have a good one. Promise you this. Wait. Okay. So I was like, what's tea with Tony Buzbee? Why is he saying, what a fool? I'm going to put this bottom feeder out of business. Why are they so confident? So listen to this. They said Tony's deep connection to Galveston is not just about a law firm office. It's a decades-long history of legal, political, and personal influence that justifies his home turf confidence. Okay. So anyway, let me break down the Buzbee power map because it's a doozy. And again, I wonder what if Buzbee is about to do in Galveston, Texas, what Alex Spiro did to Buzbee in New York, okay? Buzbee's legal authority in Galveston started at the very top of the local judicial system. After law school, he was a federal briefing attorney. He served for a federal district judge in the Southern District of Texas, Galveston Division. This gave him an inside look at how the specific judges in the building operate. The real tea is he is still super tight with all those judges in the Southern District of Texas, Galveston, okay? He opened the Dockside Law Firm. Hold on, it gets good. In 1995, he founded the Buzbee Law Firm in a restored warehouse near Galveston Docks. This location became famous during his massive legal battles against BP following the 2005 Texas City refinery explosion. What's more than that, the restored warehouse near Galveston Docks was the anchor that also brought in multiple businesses and real estate deals and revived that whole area. Buzbee is the owner of most of them, but it goes more. Hold on. He's represented major Galveston entities, including obtaining significant settlement for the Port of Galveston and representing singer Jimmy Buffett in Galveston federal court. He's also, right, representing, I believe, right now, the state of Texas in a federal manner. He is representing the state of Texas in a couple of cases right now. That's how tied in he is. But it gets more. Hold on. He didn't just practice law in Galveston. He helped run the county. He was a Democratic Party chair. From 2003 to 2005, he served as a chairman to the Galveston County Democratic Party. This role connected him to almost every, political operative and local official in the Galveston, Texas region. Texas A&M, which you know, that is like their heaven up in Galveston or down in Galveston, Texas. He served on the board of visitors for Texas A&M Galveston and was member of the board of regents for the entire Texas A&M University system from 2013 and 2019, which has a massive footprint in Galveston, but also in Texas. What's more, banking and local boards. He served on the board of directors of Hometown Bank, a key local financial institution, and the board of the Bay Area Council of the Boy Scouts of America. So again, he served on the board of directors for Hometown Bank. That's one of the biggest banks in Galveston. So just before we even move on, he is a god in Texas A&M Galveston. Everybody who's anybody is connected to that university in Galveston and in Texas all overall. He also served on the board of on Hometown Bank, I think one of, if not the biggest bank in Galveston. And he was on the board of the Bay Area Council for the Boy Scouts of America. He was a Democratic Party chair. He is connected to almost every politician. He served in the courtrooms with the judges. He literally is representing the state of Texas right now in a few cases. And his law firm, which revitalized a whole area of dockside of Galveston, but it gets worse or better, depending on whose side you're on. Let's talk about family and the Moody connection. Buzbee's marriage to Frances Moody Buzbee in 2021 combined his legal chutzpah with one of the most powerful dynasties in Texas history. The Moody dynasty. Frances, that's Tony's wife. Frances comes from the Moody family of Galveston, an esteemed family with business interests and philanthropic foundations approaching the $1 billion mark. The Moody name is on buildings and institutions across Galveston. Moody Gardens, Moody Bank, Moody Neural Rehabilitation Institute. They also have a philanthropic dominance. Together, the couple chairs major Galveston events. Recently, they were honored at the Family Service Center Gala in Galveston, where they were recognized the legacy of philanthropist, his father-in-law, Robert L. Moody. Frances Farms. That's what Tony's always putting on his Instagram. Tony gifted his wife, Frances, a massive property called Frances Farms in Montgomery County. That's near Galveston County, where she operates an animal rescue. She has kangaroos, llamas. It is literally a real life farm, but it's not over. Also, the real estate and visible power. While he did recently list his $27.5 million River Oaks mansion in Houston or buy it, his presence in Galveston County remains physical. Buzbee Properties. His real estate firm, formerly managed by his first wife, Zoe, owns and manages more than 50 commercial and residential properties in Galveston County. A lot of commercial property. Very expensive commercial property. Again, remember when I said they revitalized that whole dock area by Galveston? The Jesse Tree donation. In a massive show of local support, Tony Buzbee once donated $3.5 million worth of luxury vehicles to Jesse Tree, a nonprofit that feeds and provides medical assistance to thousands of Galveston County residents. Busby Leadership Learning Center. That's a 17,500 square foot building at Texas A&M. His alma mater, by the way, it bears his name. It's a permanent monument to his influence in the legal education system that feeds the region. Okay, so they were like, so when Busby says suing him in Galveston is dumb, he's probably referring to the fact that he has spent 25 years as a political leader, a major landlord, a benefactor to local charities, and is now married into the island's most powerful family. For Jay-Z's New York lawyers, entering a Galveston courtroom against him is like playing an away game where the opponent owns the stadium and all the referees are his neighbors. This is why he posted this on Twitter saying she filed in Galveston. What a fool. I'm going to put this bottom feeder out of business. Tony Buzbee already runs half of Galveston. And Galveston is huge, not a small town. And his wife is literally the richest, is part of the most richest and influential Galveston family. Not even the richest and most influential Galveston family. Their charities alone hit the 1 billion mark. And that is for their charities. We're not even talking about their personal money and what they have. This is why I don't know. Oh my God, Monique Cole, 7257. Welcome to the Tattletales family, Mama. Thank you so much. This is why Tony Buzbee literally said, what a fool. I don't know if she was talking about Marcy. I don't know if they're talking about whoever, but listen. Oh, who says this is what I watch? Said Moody Gardens has always been big here in Galveston. Oh, that's true. Real talk it gets. Also, Busby is friends with Trump. He is friends with Trump. Wait, who said that? White Roy said Busby is also on the local Klan Grand Council. I didn't see that in the Google search. I'm just saying. Listen, but White Roy said he's right. It is not a smart move. And the thing is, right? The thing is with Busby, he got his ass handed to him in New York. But that's because, let's be real, Alex Sparrow runs New York City. Like, he got all that stuff. But don't bring those New York sensibilities into that good old Southern Texas thing. And then one thing is, White Roy, see, I don't know if he is part of the Triple K. But I will say this. We all know the way the South goes. It's all New York too, to a certain point. But you know, the Northeast tries to act like, oh no, it's not who you know, even though they do too. All power runs by who you know. But Texas, baby, they are proud to be in the good old boy network. They are proud to do deals over, like, in a golf cart with a few Bloody Marys and cigars while they're playing a few rounds of golf. They are proud of that wink, wink, nod, network. So I don't know, right? Listen. Exactly. Kim G, good point. You said New York mob, Texas cartels. Penny 11 said Bay has already taken major hits because of Jay-Z. I wish she was smarter. Listen. Hey, what's up, Dreams Mars Production? Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. Listen, at the end of the day, hey, what's up, political junkie? Oh, thank you so much. Love you too. Listen, again, this is not about who is right, who is wrong. This is about, was it smart for them to actually go into court? And when it comes to this, they can get Rock Nation to pay. I think she's suing him personally, but he made it as like a public thing. They could get her to pay all of these court fees and like a lot of other stuff. So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. I don't know if this was the right move. See, here's the thing. And this is the thing with ego, right? There are some people in life that they just don't like peace, and again, we're all guilty of it. Sometimes I don't like peace. I'm like, I want to see blood pour, right? Finish them. But there are a lot of people that just don't like peace. And when they think, like, it's more about like who can win, right? Like me, when I go off the handle, usually when I come down from like my rage hangover, I'm like, oh, I feel a little guilty, right? And I'll be like, okay, and I'll try to like meet the person halfway because no one's perfect. But there are people that don't care. If they feel like they have the upper hand, even if they know what they're doing is messed up. And some people, their ego, they're just like, I was right. And somebody offers them a olive branch, they will spit in that person's face because they think they got all the power. And they're not trying to meet the person halfway. They're trying to crush. They're trying to control. They're trying to dominate, right? Fine. It works most of the time, and it is a method, but the thing is, when sometimes you are better off just choosing peace. sometimes it's like the lawsuit got dropped. Okay, fine. Who knows what the truth is? Let's just move on. But they didn't want that because this girl, Marcy, or whoever, Rock Nation, the ego, or maybe they think they're right. I don't know. They want to crush and dominate. And I feel like filing in Galveston was a huge mistake. But I feel like they couldn't just let it go because they like to dominate. And here's the thing, when Tony Buzbee thought he had them on the ropes, he was trying to dominate too. It looks like Busby's going to wipe the floor of them just because the jury pool, literally, even then, let's just say you get this to go to jury. We saw what happened with the Diddy people, the fanned out, the Indian guy that looked like sounded like he was an abusive uncle, right? The Southeast Asian guy. And then the juror that sounded like she was fanned out, right? So, hold on, let me fix this real quick. So we know what is going on. There we go. We know what is going on with that. So I think that he's going to win. But let me just say this. I do think also, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to watch this case and we're going to follow it. I do think the only interesting thing in this is that it might have been a mistake. However, Tony Buzbee and his ego has habitually underestimated Jay-Z. And by Jay-Z, you underestimated Alex Spiro. Habitually. And habitually, Alex Spiro gave you your ass on a platter. Habitually. Right? Like he was working at a diner. Order up. So I'm going to follow this case. If this gets to court, I might even be sitting in court taking notes because this is going to be good. And I'm very, very interested to see who wins. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. Again, I'm saying if you guys think, who said it was? Somebody said the jury was a joke. The kid said the jury was a joke for real. And Penny said, so here's the thing, right? The jury in New York in the Diddy's trial, in my opinion, was a joke. Y'all know I covered the trial. I thought they were a joke from like very early on. Their bias was showing. I will say this. Where are they getting attacked? If they sue them in Galveston, all the jurors are going to be from Galveston that either know a Moody or they know Buzbee. And they are either friends with Buzbee, they admire Buzbee, or maybe they just don't like these big city lawyers coming into Texas telling them how to do things. I don't know. This is going to be a rumble in the jungle for real. But you know what? We will see. But that's what I think everybody was missing when Tony Buzbee was like, what a fool. And I was like, why are they a fool? Hold on. I got to drink. I got to drink water.
Hold on. I got to drink. Baby.
I'm doing my best to stay hydrated. I'm fighting for my life.
Hey, Tisha, she chugging that water.
Let's get into some other stuff.
Are you sure it's just water in there? Just joking, y'all. Just joking. Are you sure it's just water?
Oh my God. You guys, let's talk about this. So Eva has been found. But if you're wondering who Eva is, this is it. This is a video from 2020 of Diddy introducing his alleged adopted white daughter, Eva Barone, on Instagram. It is resurfaced online. Now, if you guys don't know, 2 years ago, Eva Barone was the talk of the town. Where's Eva? What happened to Eva? We want Eva. Something's wrong. It was a lot. If you guys don't know the video, I'm going to play it for you right now. Pay attention. And then Eva Barone has been found. But I have thoughts on that. Listen to this.
Damn boy. Anybody else? Yeah. Everyone, introduce yourself.
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Eva Barone.
Eva Barone Combs? Yes, it's breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child.
That boy is
I want
high.
you to tell them the story
Diddy on
about
some
how
straight
I
up
adopted.
drugs.
But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. Please tell the story.
So I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided
This is embarrassing.
that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Yeah.
Okay, so Papa Combs is a caring man and told her to come inside and, oh God.
I want you to tell.
Now, in light of everything that happened with Diddy, people were very, very, very concerned about this, but
Tell the story.
it's not over.
I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside. And
Now, mind you, this is around the time where Diddy said that he hadn't been high in over like 2 decades, right?
play with his kids.
Yeah.
So, Ava's been found. Do you know who she's been found by? The Combs twins. The Combs twins that said they just want to ignore the hate and stay out of the fuss. And they don't understand why people keep talking about this and that. And they are little girls. Yeah, they should be given some grace. But just hear me out on this one, right? So they posted this on Instagram. This must be Ava in between here and Ava in between here, right? Okay. And then they said, and then they posted pictures of them at Ava's house, I guess, because it said my best friend's birthday. And you guys, yeah, I have thoughts about this because what is going on? See, here's the thing, and I've said this in my last live, but it just won't stop, all right? Oh, sorry, this one's bothering me. It just won't stop because what in tar nation is actually going on here? Hear me out, okay? If you weren't paying attention, this Eva Barone scandal was like all over TikTok, all over Instagram, even in my comments now in every live. Taysa, what happened to Eva Barone? What happened to Eva Barone, right? I did a live a while back when I found out the deal with Ava's parents, and it doesn't matter, right? And I said my thing about like, yeah, it was weird, but whatever, right? But it all died down. And the Eva Barone stuff was going crazy 2 years ago, going crazy 1 year ago. So can someone tell me why Diddy's twins, which by the way, they are 6 months away from being the same age Cassie was when Diddy jumped into her life. They are the same age right now when Ryan Leslie, and everybody's like, oh, Cassie was a little Lolita. She seduced Ryan Leslie. They're the same age now when Ryan Leslie at 31, 32, 33 was pushing up on Cassie. And they're 6 months away from when their daddy swooped in. I pray they never meet a man like their daddy. I pray, right? But here's the thing. Let's get back to Eva Barone. So just let me cook for 1 second. So y'all are saying you're sick of the negativity. You're sick of people pulling you into the mess with your father. You're sick of like all this stuff. But the first thing you do for no reason is to reignite a conspiracy theory that isn't going on right now. That was literally dominating the blogs a year ago, 2 years ago. If you don't believe me, go look at Eva Barone on TikTok. Look at the views. It was dominating 2 years ago. Now, when people moved on, we're not that many people are talking about it. You post these random pictures about my best friend, I guess, to clear up the conspiracies? Hold on. Let me see. I got even more pictures. 1 second. To clear up the conspiracy? Does that really honestly make sense, right? They use their birthday, right? It looks like they used their birthday to debunk that whole missing Ava girl conspiracy, because they never bothered to post her before. Now, Illy Lily said this doesn't prove anything. I think they're just trying to change the subject. And I think they personally want to get bullied. Why are they even bringing this up? Like, why are Diddy's twins acting like they want the internet to go after them? So then another person chimed in into her mention and said, I actually think they're sending subliminals. This isn't changing a topic. It's low-key bringing it back up. Another comment, but nobody was talking about Ava anymore. And why are they posting it now? Another person, they could have posted her when everyone was making up wild theories over the last 2 years. Now, here's my theory. The same way Misa got on the internet and said that how dare people make up horrible rumors about Justin. I mean, the documentary said horrible things about Justin. They didn't say shit about Justin. They just showed Justin sitting on the bed, letting us know that he is Diddy's right-hand man. He is little Diddy. Literally. Heavy on the little, 3 apples high. But, sorry. But, hold on. But, right? Here's the thing. Misa came out and said, and things about Justin's paternity. And I was like, well, Misa must not watch the documentary, because they didn't talk about Justin's paternity at all. Again, many people want to say Wolf is Justin's father. Wolf was Diddy's best friend that he may or may not have looked the other way while he got murked, right? But Wolf was the thing, and Wolf looks a lot like Justin. And people are like, oh my God, that's Justin's father. And I will say this once, and I'll say it again. I do not believe that Wolf is Justin's father. Diddy is Justin's father. Justin looks like Misa. Misa looks like Wolf. Maybe Diddy's attraction to Misa is because she was a female version of Wolf, his best friend that he really wanted to get down with, but he couldn't do freak-offs back then, right? He didn't have the money for freak-offs back then. But the whole point of the matter is, clock that T. I will always stand like this. Misa, I think, was a female version of Wolf that Diddy wanted, because Diddy probably really wanted Wolf, judging by the way Diddy likes men. I'm not even joking, right? So when he saw Misa, he just fell in love, because baby, that's Wolf, and that's the Wolf he can have. Also, Diddy did grimy stuff to Misa. It's all in the New York Post and archived articles. He was supposed to pay for the house her and Justin was living in. He let them it was either repossessed or evicted. He wouldn't pay. Misa said because she wouldn't let Diddy have access to her. Kim was kind of cool with Misa, or one of Misa's friends. Kim ended up getting pregnant. And then when Sarah was actually one of Kim's friends, and Sarah ended up getting pregnant, and Misa and Sarah became cool because Misa and Kim, according to Misa, I guess there was like friction in the beginning. Of course, like now it's nothing but love. Well, back then it was nothing but love, but there was friction on top. This is why I'm saying that I think that Wolf is not Justin's father. Diddy is. So anyway, Misa had to fight for Diddy to pay back then $5,000 a month in child support for Justin. Fight. Diddy didn't want to pay nothing. Okay, nothing. Somehow, through their mutual friends, might even been Sarah, I don't know, but through their mutual friends, Misa found out that even though she had to fight to get like $5,000 or $5,900 a month in child support from Diddy, that Kim was getting like either $25,000 or $35,000 a month in child support for Christian. So Misa found out and lost her shit and took Diddy to child support court to get the child support upped. Diddy fought her tooth and nail, didn't want to give her a penny. However, what's the first thing we know about child support? If you take somebody to court for child support, paternity 100% has to be established. I do believe, as much as Diddy was fighting Misa in child support court, that they confirmed paternity, right? But no, Diddy used to do Misa dirty. And if he could have said that that wasn't his kid back then, I know he probably loved this baby, not this. But if he could have gotten out of paying child support as much as he was screwing Misa over, I do believe that's the first thing should have did. Now, hear me out. Back to the twins. Tisa, what are you talking about? What does this all have to do with anything? I noticed from Diddy's team that there is a concerted effort to change the subject because the documentary is still #1 in 51 countries and it's not going anywhere. It's only getting more. And 1 million people can try to I'm going to debunk. That didn't happen. Well, baby, your voice is being drowned out. It's the reverse Diddy effect. I believe the voice of truth during the trial was drowned out by Diddy's minions, and now they can't control the whole media. They can't control the whole world. And everybody's watching that documentary coming to the same conclusion. So, on one hand, Diddy threatened to sue the documentary, and we see that went nowhere. Because if they're defaming you, and if it's all lies, where's the lawsuits? Everybody, I know for a fact that's not true. If it's not true, where's the MF and lawsuit? Where's the lawsuit? Where's the lawsuit? Diddy like to sue.
Lawsuit.
Netflix got money. Diddy needs that money because he don't got much income coming in anymore. So where's the lawsuit? Right?
But it sure is funny he sued that other people. He had a $1 billion lawsuit on some big old Netflix type of people. But it wasn't Netflix. It was, I don't know, Prime and Crime and Time and Hulu and Boo Boo and Fufu. He tried to sue somebody. This boy right here is a clown. If Diddy's a clown, what you think his kids are? I'll call you back. Dropping out of school. That was the best thing you did was to go to college. Should have stayed in college, Bo.
Right? So in the beginning, I felt like all the people around Diddy, Misa, his mama, this hurt me. Misa, oh my God, this has us living so sad. I thought they were doing that to, 1, distract, 2, turn the public, because wasn't Justin in the documentary talking about, get Kalina to come say something. Because if it's a black woman saying they trying to take a black man down, that's going to hit. That's going to hit. Have her say it. They like to get black women to come out there and be like, no, leave him alone. Right? Misa, his mom, all these people came out, no, leave him alone. It's not true. It's hurting me. But I also thought they were saying that because Diddy was threatening $1 billion lawsuit. And I feel like since Bad Boy's pockets have dried up, right? Everybody needs a little bit more money. So I'm like, maybe they're trying to help Diddy sue. Maybe, maybe not. But with this twins thing, you just said, we're just going to ignore the hate. But are you, by doing this and posting this on your birthday, why are you now trying to debunk a conspiracy theory that y'all could have debunked a year ago, 2 years ago, 2 weeks ago? Why are you just doing it now on your birthday? It's almost like the Combs twins are trying to be influencers. And I'm not blaming them. They got to start making their own money and making their own choices. They are grown and their daddy is in jail. And judging by the way he's messing up in jail, he's probably going to mess up on probation. Do you know what I'm saying? He's probably going to get out and go right back in, right? But the whole thing, he probably having a ball in jail. I wonder who he's trying to get to play with the freak offs. Anyway, for those of you guys that don't drink water and you have trouble forgetting, I got this water bottle. And the reason I keep touching it, it even tells you the percentage, you tell them what your daily water goal is, and they tell you the percentage that you are close to with your daily water goal. And if you haven't taken a sip in a while, the rim right here glows blue in the room to remind you to drink some damn water. Anyway, right? Back to the kids. I think, and listen, it's the twins' life. It's the twins' daddy. They can do what they want. They don't got to listen to us, right? It's their lives. Like, their dad, I believe, destroyed the family name. That was the only true thing he said in court. So I believe the kids have a right to do what they can to capitalize off it. It's their family name, right? But I do believe, my heart of hearts, that these girls are bringing this up for one or two reasons. 3. 1, because they really want to wish their good friend Eva a happy birthday. 2, they want to use this publicity to get more. They're getting into the influencer thing where any attention is good attention. You create a controversy, then you can play victim, then people can, no, leave them alone, y'all beautiful, y'all gonna do those things. All those things are true. They are beautiful. They are talented. They are gonna go far, right? I just pray to God God never sends them a man like their father. I pray to God, but their mama's watching over them, so I'm sure. But the whole point of the matter is, maybe they are now not rage baiting, but they are creating controversy in order to get clicks and views, because as much as people say bloggers only want clicks and views, well, baby, it looks like definitely influencers need clicks and views. Or 3, they want to post this up, start controversy, and then go and play victim. Oh, why don't you guys leave us alone? You guys are grown people talking about little kids. Okay, first of all, stop. You guys are young adults. You are not little kids anymore. You are adults. Young adults, yes. But according to Mark Agnophilia, according to your daddy, according to the men that stand next to your daddy, and according to your brothers, y'all are grown women. The same age that Cassie was when them ninjas in the industry started preying on her. And just like everybody stood and said, oh, she was grown, she should have known. Well, what's wrong? Are y'all not grown? Are y'all not grown? You see what I'm saying? I think Cassie was a little kid, and I think they're little kids, young adults. I think Cassie was a young girl. Y'all know how I feel about, I think people need to be 26 or 28 before we even start literally like judging them for their decisions. Because before that, it's just like, everybody was dumb when they was under the age of 26. Even if you were a smart 24-year-old, you were still a dumb version of the person you are now. So you might have been smarter than the average 24-year-old, but you looking at yourself back then, you can even admit, I was smarter than the average 24-year-old, but I was still really stupid. You feel what I'm saying? So anyway, I don't know. What do y'all think? 1, 2, or 3? Do y'all think that with this mess with Ava, they're just wishing happy birthday to their best friend on their birthday for a conspiracy, low key, trying to throw subliminals at who, at what? Why would you reignite this? Unless you realize the controversies will get you clicks and views. And you want to run those numbers up because you're looking for brand deals. You're looking for sponsors. You're looking for all these things that come into the life of an influencer. And this is why the girls didn't go to college, because they wanted to be influencers. They wanted to be fashion designers. Maybe they'll even be models, but they wanted to, right? So because they wanted to, this is what they're doing. And if they can run these numbers up, they can show when they approach people for brand deals, they can be like, this is our engagement. This is what we get in, blah, 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 blah. Or 3, they're trying to ignite this so people come, and I don't know why they would attack them because these kids are out of it, right? But attack them and then they can play victim like Misa and them was? I don't know. Which one do y'all think it is? Which one do y'all think it is, right? I don't know, I have a thing with the whole Albie Shore. You guys are talking about, so Albie Shore posted a video on the internet where Diddy was actually high out of his mind, being creepy, looking at Quincy, talking about, yo, you beautiful. You so beautiful. Yo, you beautiful. Look at my son. He's so beautiful. But it was weird. It was creepy.
What man does that? I mean, I don't know. I can see joking. I always relate things back to my nephew. But they was like, what? He had to be about 25 or older, 21 or older when he was making that post. Nah, dog, forget that. Forget that. You can't. Oh, you the most beautiful. I'm a man talking to another man. There's no man that beautiful in this world to me. I'm just saying. It ain't no, now there's some women that's like, cook God Almighty, big baby. I said, big baby, cook God Almighty. But I never seen a man that made me want to say out of my mouth to anybody else that you are so beautiful. It's just my son. I tell my nephew, I am proud of you. I am so proud of you, man. You make me cry. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. My cousins and everybody, all the men in my family. Nah, I can't see it, man. Them drugs talking, and what make it so bad, his kids know that. The kids know that.
At Quincy, talking about, yo, you beautiful. You so beautiful. Yo, you beautiful. Look at my son. He's so beautiful. But it was weird. It was creepy. But now we know why, because Diddy said that he's been high for the last 15, 20 years. So clearly he was high out of his mind. And Albie Shore posted that saying, thank you, Valerie Renee, for sending this to me. Albie Shore posted it saying, yo, what did Albie Shore say? He said, I'm surprised. This is what it was posted, if y'all can hear it.
Sorry.
Hold on.
I'm a Gemini.
Hold on. I'm going to put it on screen so y'all can see it. Because it's also a post by Albie Shore. Where's it at? Where are you at? Hold on. Let me save this. I'm going to put it on the screen for y'all because y'all got to see this because this is actually like. Oh my God, I look insane. You know. I can't find it. Ah, I found it. Hold on. Let me know. Hold on. I'm going to airdrop this to myself. Let me put this up on the screen real quick. Okay. I almost hit in stream. I know y'all better been cursing me out. Hold on, y'all. Let me put this on the screen real quick.
I'm sorry, y'all. It is hot. It is hot. I am cooking. But it's cooling down just a little bit. And we have I think she's like 4 years old. She's a little slow, but she's just as pressed as if she want to be. Her mom took a nap, so she got up and came out, and she's running around. Where you going? Come here. Come. Oh my God, she usually come to me. Every time I try to show somebody.
Here we go.
She just came out. She ran back in.
Where is it at?
She okay?
Y'all for rocking with us. One of the prettiest motherfuckers God ever made. Sorry. I'm a Gemini. For everybody wondering. And thank y'all so much for just, tuning in with us.
Let's rewind that. Let's go.
One of the prettiest motherfuckers God ever made. Sorry. I'm a Gemini. For everybody wondering. And thank y'all so much for just, tuning in with us. We felt the energy. We saw the.
That's why they can't do nothing, man. That's exactly why they can't do nothing on their own, man. Because Diddy all up in he's one of the prettiest. Dude, come on, man. I can't cut, delete. I can't have that in my. Man, get away from me, bruh. Now, if Tisha said that to me, I'd be like, hey, oh, it's your birthday, Uncle Mike. Oh, my God. My bad. Maybe I shouldn't have said that because the last time I started cutting up, it was a joke. Somebody want to make a whole video saying I was a pervert. You could pervert these. Wait a minute, where my thing at, y'all? We're going to get back to it.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
That's my little cousin right there. Let's keep going, y'all.
Okay, so I believe that it looked like that was the same exact live that that Eva Barone was on. But here's the thing. So Albie Shore said, did he say one of the prettiest MFers God ever made? Quincy, blink twice if he violated you too. Yikes. This is getting weirder by the day. Now, I know we about to have problems because he said, I'm surprised 50 Cent ain't put this in the documentary. He must think official Albie Shore is handsome too because Quincy looks just like his dad, his twin. Let me just say this, y'all. Yes, Diddy was being weird. He was 100% being weird. 100%. However, can I just say, Albie Shore is legit. I don't care what y'all say. He is legit the worst father on the planet. Because why is he reposting a video implying that your son was groomed by Diddy? I don't care. See, here's the thing. Some of y'all like, oh, Tisha, shut up. He had to do what he had to do to survive. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Let's break this down. You think somebody, let's play make-believe. You think somebody is a stone cold killer and might kill you. He don't got no boundaries. He's dangerous. He's beating the woman you claim you love. And your little boy who looks just like you is in that house. I know that we all have a self-preservation gene. I just always assumed that when there were children involved, you would do anything you could to get your kids out of there. And before you say, Tisha, he tried. How? Where's the child support? How? Where's the visitation? Where's the court order thing for custody? Where is it? Now, it was said that Diddy adopted Quincy. But then I don't think there was any adoption papers. So if there was no adoption papers, fine. Because Albie Shore would have had to sign away his parental rights. So if there's no adoption papers, then why didn't you go get yourself? Why didn't you try? If I had a son and I thought I was leaving him in a lion's den, and I know for a fact that the mom was being treated badly, I would have moved, I would have moved heaven and earth to at least try to see. And it's not just Quincy. Ask Al's other kids, the ones that weren't raised by Diddy. Is he cool with them? Was he a father to them? Because I see a pattern. Second of all, just hear me out. Yikes. Quincy blinked twice if Diddy ever violated you? What is wrong with you that you are low-key implying you're supposed to be my father? If you were too afraid, and listen, if you were too afraid to even try to rescue me out of that lion's den, and you left me with this psychopath that had you, that almost, according to you, maybe ended you and left you eat this psychopath that you were too scared of what he was going to do so much so that you left me. Why would you be posting on your Instagram publicly implying that I was violated by the man you left me with? That you didn't even try to get me. You didn't try do one custody battle. You didn't do one document. You didn't even pay $1 of child support. You just, I'll be good, right? You literally just, right? Every step I take, you were just living life. Literally living life. And before y'all say, Diddy stopped him. How many of y'all raised your hands if you knew that your children were in the hands of a killer that might hurt you? Still wouldn't try to go get your children. And your other children don't seem to mess with you like that. And even if there's an excuse for all that, can you explain to me why you're like, yikes, blink twice if you've been violated, Quincy? Your own father who left you in the lion's den to save his own life is now, for whatever reason, this one got shit to do with Diddy anymore. This is between Quincy and his dad. And it's none of my business, but since they posted it, we're going to talk about it. This one got anything to do with Diddy anymore. The father that left you in the lion's den to fend for yourself, and you were the cutest T-bone steak around, is now saying, yikes, blink twice. Did he say one of the prettiest MFers God ever made? You are literally up here implying that he might have gotten violated, and you are putting that in a story. Yikes, Quincy, blink twice if he ever violated you? And y'all still trying to act like this is a loving, caring father? This is the ops.
I'm a Gemini.
This is the ops.
For everybody wondering.
Listen,
and thank y'all so much for just tuning in with us. We felt the energy. We saw the.
This is a yikes. Quincy, blink twice if he violated you too. Yikes. This is getting weirder by the day. What? Am I upside down? You wasn't a protector. You wasn't a provider, and now you are publicly humiliating your son on your Instagram stories just to get a swipe at the man that you left him at the mercy. It's exactly. SA is nothing to joke about. It's nothing to clown about, but your own father clowning you like you're a stranger, like you're a pawn to be used to get at Diddy. And the real tea is, well, it's none of my business. But what were the dynamics between Kim Porter and I'll Be Sure? Kim, when she came to Diddy, I heard, was having a rough time because she was a single mother in all ways, shapes, or form. And she wasn't even getting child support. And one of the reasons why she fell so hard for Diddy is because he was a provider that a single mom in the 90s or 2000s desperately needed. But even then, right? Because I don't want to get too much into that lore because we don't need to. Whatever happened back then, right? No, he left the child with his mother though. No, you don't leave a child with the mother. That's called abandoning your child. What you mean he left her with the mother that you knew was in a toxic relationship with a man that you said was so dangerous you were afraid he was going to murk you? I'm paraphrasing. So you left your kid there, and then let me just say one thing also. Let's just say that I'll Be Sure didn't know. Let's just say that he thought that listen, it's weird that a dad who gave him up to that predator is reposting this. Like, it's weird for you as a dad to imply that it would be weird for a dad to imply that their child has been maloloed when you never even claim, when the child never claimed to be Malolo. And like, on some, okay, let me take a step back, right? Listen. I think that, let's just say that I'll Be Sure didn't know. He thought Quincy had a perfect childhood. He thought Kim was being loved and respected. And he didn't know. Let's just say he didn't know. That makes it even more effed up that your own father is posting this on his Instagram stories to get a dig at Diddy and humiliating you and joking about essay and implying that you've been essayed. Yeah. Listen, I remember Al said Kim told him to leave it alone and that he would kill her. They were married and Diddy bullied him to stay away from Quincy. Diddy tried to kill Albie 4 times, put him in a coma. It's late. Okay, we're going to get away from this because there's 2 lines of thinking. I'm sorry. I was raised by my parents that your children's life comes before your own. And he ain't tried to get any police involved. He ain't tried to get any feds involved. He didn't even try to even get whatever. Somebody is saying, leave it alone or he's going to kill me and I'm going to leave my baby boy with you, my baby girl with you. Leave it alone. What world do y'all live in? Leave it alone. So every morning I got to look at the news and see if y'all both going to be on the back of milk cartons. I got to wake up on the news and see if there's going to be a murking, a suicide. How do you even live with that? Leave it alone. He won't blank me. So you walk away. Okay. Do you not wake up every morning thinking, God, are my is my child and the mother of my child alive today? Anyway, let me stop because I will never understand that. But even if he said leave it alone, can you explain why he's humiliating him over possibly being essayed? Yikes, Quincy blinked twice. If he violated you too. Your own father is saying, yikes, blink twice. If you, the man I left you with and made no attempt to get you to save my own life, blink twice if he graped you too? Y'all think that's cool? Y'all think that's fatherly love? Yeah. I don't know. I'm not judging. I'm just saying what it is. Oh, also, William Livingston, thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you. I don't know. Even if he thought it was the perfect thing and he did it, why is your own father posting, yikes, blink twice if you were raped by the man I left you to raise you to? You think this is funny? You think that this is normal? You think this is what a loving, caring father does? I'll be sure y'all, not y'all, but so, and I don't know the man. I could have the whole story wrong. I'm just looking from the outside in. You left your child with a maniac that you say was a cold heart killer. And if you came and got me, and also Albie Shore is now telling us this when Kim's not around to say anything, but let's just say what he says is true. You left your guy with a maniac that said, no, he's going to kill me if you try to get Quincy. So you left them. You wasn't waking up every morning like, are they alive? Are they okay? What's going on? Even if you didn't know, you think this is funny? For your son that you ain't pay $1 to? For your son that you didn't even raise? And you was out partying, doing the 2-step, and riddle me this, what's Albie Shore's relationship with his other kids? It's surprisingly close to the one he got to Quincy. Only he don't got Diddy as an excuse. But back to it. Y'all think it's cool for a father to put, how would you put if your father who had been out of your life to save his own, he only cared about saving his own butt. So he'd been out of your life forever, right? And once Kim passed away, he'd been out of your life forever. And he's only popping up to say blink twice if you were violated by Diddy. And y'all think y'all are defending that? Y'all are defending that. Listen, exactly, Penny, exactly. Why would a father, a mother, a parent, why would anybody that cares about you ever bring up the fact, yikes, blink twice as you were violated too, Quincy? Albie Shore does not see Quincy as his son. He doesn't. He doesn't. Because I do not believe that any father, any parent, anyone that really got love for somebody like they are their child, I don't believe that they would do this. I don't believe that they would publicly humiliate their child, publicly suggest that the man you left to raise me violated me, and publicly do it. And it's like, yikes, blink twice, Quincy, if you were violated. This is getting weirder by the day. The only thing getting weird is that we are giving a deadbeat dad a pass. That's all. Diddy is a monster, right? Albie Shore seems to be a horrible father. Both those things can be true. Diddy tried to murk Albie Shore, according to him, right? Albie Shore is, to me, low-key abusive, mentally abusive, as a father to Quincy by posting this. Both things can be true at the same time. Diddy can be the devil, and Albie Shore cannot be a good person. You realize that, right? The devil doesn't just prey on innocent angels. They prey on everybody. Did he say one of the prettiest MFers ever made? Again, in it, he said, I'm surprised 50 Cent ain't put this in a documentary. Why would 50 Cent try to humiliate Quincy and put that mess in a documentary and imply even Diddy's worst enemy wouldn't imply in a documentary that Diddy violated Quincy? Not for Diddy's sake, but for Quincy's sake. That's disgusting to even imply. And 50 Cent's Diddy's worst enemy was like, oh, that's too much. That's too much. It's too low. Oh, don't go there. Ugh, God. I said I'd go to hell. This is you going to Middle Earth. But yet his father is posting this. His father is posting a mess that even Diddy's worst enemy wouldn't post. He must think, and then centering himself. Again, is Albie Shore a little bit of a narcissist? He must think Albie Shore is handsome, too, because Quincy looks just like his dad, his twin. Quincy looked just like Albie Shore's twin 40 years ago. His twin now? I don't know. But the whole point of the matter is, and you're centering yourself, he must think I'm handsome too, because Quincy looks just like his dad. He's my twin. You literally humiliated your son, implied that he may have been violated. At the very least, you planted this in people's minds. And then did it only to center yourself and say, well, he must think I'm attracted too, because he's my twin. Y'all, listen, y'all never gonna convince me. This man is a good father. Y'all not. Marie Kitty said, oh, thank you. Said your Diddy content is always the best. Thank you, Marie. Listen, I actually do stuff outside of Diddy. I'm going to start posting about other stuff too and doing deep dives. Make sure y'all subscribe and follow my little Humby channel. Listen, again, I don't know. I'll be sure got a million women. Funny, it's women defending him, saying he had to do what he had to do. Yeah, no, I don't care. You never leave your child. Like, if you have to go save your child and you come back without your child, my first question is going to be like, why ain't both of y'all dead? Why didn't you die trying? Where is the baby? But that's just me. Again, this is sick what Albie Shore did. Just sick. Woo! Who said that? BlinkCat25 said, are you going to go back to Dana's Deception? You know what? During the holiday weekend, actually, why not? I might do the Dana's Deception. I might. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to start doing a recap. You know what? I think I'm going to start doing a recap of the top 20 funniest stories. I told you we're going to do a live on New Year's Eve where I give out prizes. If you guys are not partaking in New Year's Eve, come join me. It's going to be my thank you to you guys that I'm going to be working through the holidays. It is what it is, right? Listen, at the end of the day, what is it? You know, I don't know. We're like, I don't know. If it was me and my baby was with somebody that was going to kill him, them, her, right? Whatever God blessed me with, I in no way, shape, or form would leave without my child. I would fight. You would have to literally hold a bang bang to my head in the middle of the night and tell me to stop. And you know my ass would be right there in the police station, my legs swinging off the bench, eating all their cookies and donuts and asking him to make me some hot cocoa. And then he came and he held a bang bang and he said, you better stop or I'll murk you. Anyway, can an officer take me to go get my child? No, I'm going to get the child out the house now. I don't think it's safe. Literally. I just, no. You would have saw my little cheek stuffed with donuts, legs swinging. Nope, that would have been it. Listen, night Valentine, listen. The copper colored God said his life was on the line, though. I get that. All these things can be true at one time. His life was on the line. He left his child and left Quincy to fend for himself. And maybe he had his reasons. Maybe he didn't. I wasn't there. I'm not going to judge him. However, his life is not on the line now. His life is not on the line now. And he chose on his own abandon. You would think he would feel guilty for leaving Quincy there. Even though he had to do it to save his life. Why don't you feel guilty? You would think he'd feel guilty. Right? But now, your life is not on the line. Diddy's behind bars. Everybody thinks he is like the mad rapist. And you humiliate your son and say blink twice if he violated you too? You would be cool with your dad saying that and posting that about you? You would be cool about that? And then centering himself, yo, he must think I'm attractive too. Shut your dumb ass up. Maybe 30 years, well, it doesn't matter, right? A beauty's in the eye of a beholder. Listen, I just, yeah. Okay. I think he's mad because his son won't be with him. He chose Diddy instead and defended Diddy. It's all messed up. He shouldn't say that. Kendra, maybe I'll be sure is mad at his son, but I'm confused. So he was justified, I guess, to leave his son to save his own life. But see, there's consequences to making such a selfish self-preservation thing. Because if I was Quincy, I would be mad too that you left me with this mofo and I look just like you. I'm your twin. And you left me with this mofo. And if everybody knew what Diddy was doing, you knew what time he was on. You left me with this mofo. And then you want to come back and what? Talk shit, do this, do that. You want to talk shit about Diddy and Kim when you never paid child support. You were an absentee dad. You never fought for me. Quincy has a right to be mad at his dad. And he's defending Diddy because that's the only dad he's ever known. Like, I'm confused. So I'll be sure had no responsibility at all to be a protector to his son that looks just like him. But the son who was abandoned as a child, pretty much, owes loyalty to a man that not even never raised him, but truly never cared if he lived or died because he didn't do shit to pull him out of the situation that he said in his own mouth was life or death. Something's not adding up. Who's the parent? Who's the adult? Who's the person that owes a moral and financial and legal obligation to protect and provide? Right? And promote his love for his son. And now because he's mad that the child you're abandoned don't see you as a father and grew up in a super toxic place that you left him to save yourself and you never came back for him, you're now, because you're mad, suggesting that he's one of the man you left him with victim and publicly posting blink twice if he violated you too? Because he must look at want me too because you look just like me. Come on, this is messed up on so many levels. This is messed up. Listen. Susan said the blink twice post was distasteful, but he put a post telling his son the door's always open and to come home anytime, that he's always welcome. I think he posted that when Diddy went to jail. Susan, you realize that he also has Quincy's Cell phone number. This is why deadbeat dads are always going to be deadbeat dads. Because y'all literally, the wind blow. And y'all be like, I think he said he loved him. What? He got Quincy's number. Do you not realize he was clout chasing off of Quincy by posting that on his IG? He has Quincy's direct number. He didn't have to make a public post. He has Quincy's number. Quincy went out of his way to rebuild the relationship with his dad. Y'all I don't understand this. If a mom did this, you would be dragging her through the mud. And y'all making so many excuses for this man. And this is why deadbeat dads exist. Because a man can do anything. A man can do anything. And y'all will be like, oh my God. Oh my God. No, he loves him. No, I think he's mad. Like, come on, bro. Give it a rest. Give it a rest. Give it a rest. Listen. I just, it is what it is. It's so distasteful to even start those rumors around the child you embarrass. He invited people to speculate, to laugh, to think that something might have happened to Quincy's. It's weird. It's weird. And he's doing this all publicly. He's clout chasing off of the kid he abandoned. And y'all being like, he had his reasons. No. This is why there's so many deadbeat dads. They had their reasons. No, they didn't. They were just selfish. They cared about themselves more than the child they created. The mother doesn't get that chance, but the dad felt that way. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to something happier. Let's talk about Ray J's mama airing Kim out. Hey, B Crumbs. What's up, B Crumbs? Thank you for gifting 5 memberships, B Crumbs. Thank you so much. Woo! Thank you so much. Thank you so much, B Crumbs. And you guys, if you got gifted a membership, make sure you thank B Crumbs. You are the best, B Crumbs. Last thing, let's talk about a happy note. Well, not happy, but a funnier note. So Ray J's mom backs up her son in court as he fights ex-Kim Kardashian. Sonia wrote in legal documents, in or around 2008, I discovered that Kim Kardashian and her siblings, Khloe Kardashian, Kourtney Kardashian, and Robert Kardashian Jr., had incurred around $850,000 in unauthorized charges maintained by members of my family. She said, before I filed suit, I told Ray J about the Kardashian siblings' theft. And in his declaration, Ray J said he fell out with Kim and her family over the credit card drama. Again, so Ray J's mom is finally coming out and confirming that Kim and them almost stole $1 million. Her whole family was eating off of them and almost stole $1 million from her. And Ray J fell out with Kim because of that. However, Ray J still kept texting Kim, texting with Kim, receiving flirty pictures from Kim. Again, it's just something where Brandy's mom is finally coming out and saying that the Kardashians stole almost $1 million off of her, and the whole family was eating off of Ray J while Kim was dating Ray J. So at the end of the day,
now I don't understand that, because what is it like if you got $1 or $1 million? I can't see nobody stealing $1 from me. I'm damn sure enough not gonna let nobody steal $1 million from me. I think I would protect that a little better. What's up with these rich folks, man? Are they retarded? How can you? They stole $1 million from me. I think that's just headlines, man. I think it's bull. Where my man at? Come on, cousin. I think it's all
a bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
You ask yourself, if you had $1 million, would you allow anybody to steal it? It's crazy, man.
at the end, Sue said, I'll be sure it's a deadbeat, but I think he's trying to be a better person. So, you know what? I'm going to pray for y'all. I'm going to pray for y'all. You are looking at a post this man did. You are looking at a post this man did, humiliating his child he abandoned, turning it into a joke, and centering himself. and you think this man is trying to be better, I'm going to pray for y'all. You guys, stop it. Reject the patriarchy. There are men that are shitty fathers, and they're not trying to be better. There are horrible people, mothers and fathers, that became horrible parents, and they're not trying to do better. It's okay to say that. We don't have to try to push somebody into, no, there are parents that don't love their children. There are parents that mentally and physically abuse. I'm not saying I'll be sure mentally, but there are parents that are horrible parents. And there are men that don't want to be fathers and do selfish stuff. And stop it. We don't have to hold on to this fantasy that a man is a father. Release yourself from patriarchy. The signs are in front of you, beloved. And you know why I'm asking you to release it? Because I don't want you to be the next Kim Porter and meet your Albie Shore by holding this space for someone that is clearly doing directly opposite of what they claim to be. They're hiding behind the patriarchy's not just love, but burning need that every man is a good man and every father is a good father. Because if you believe that every father is a good father, then when you get a bum that's treating you bad, you'll stick with them and have his children, because patriarchy teaches you that even though he's treating you like ish, he gonna be a good dad, because men are good fathers. But if you actually see that man for who he is, you will know that if somebody treats you bad, they're going to treat their child bad. There are men that are not suitable to be fathers. There are men that do not care to be fathers. There are men that are horrible people that will make horrible fathers. There are women that are horrible women that will make horrible mothers, but that's a conversation for a different day. Beloved, hold my hand when I tell you, release yourself from the patriarchy. Because by believing that fantasy, by believing that lie, they are keeping you enslaved. And again, never has a bigger lie. If somebody is bad to you, they will be a horrible parent. Somebody cannot be a horrible parent and treat the mother or father like shit and treat the kid like gold. Even if they do you know that the child, Google it, go to Harvard Medical. The child is emotionally and mentally enmeshed with the mother until age 7. So enmeshed, not close, but enmeshed. So everything that she feels, whether or not she shows it or not, she feels those tears. The kid feels the tears, the anger, the anxiety. The way you treat the woman that is the mother of your children and carry the children, your child will feel everything in vivid color until age 7. 1. But second of all, you guys, release yourself from the patriarchy. Release yourself from the patriarchy. It's okay to say, he's a bad father. It's okay. There's not this innate. It's like to say people are scared to say somebody's a shitty mom. It's okay. You're a horrible person. You're a horrible parent. I just don't want you to let another in real life, a horrible person, get into your life and hide behind the fairy tales that patriarchy tells us is in a relationship. And you're so busy looking at this fairy tale and trying to make this he might have been this, but I think he's trying. She might have been this, but I think she's trying. She wants to do better. He wants to do better. No, they don't. The only reason you think they do is because patriarchy, no, a mother's love is enduring and a father protects and loves you. No, a horrible person's a horrible person. Anyway, right? Yes, Diddy is a worse father than I'll be sure. Diddy is a worse human being.
Wow. Facts.
Diddy is the devil. But I'll be sure is a bad father. He's abandoned. And if you want to argue about Quincy, why don't we talk about Al's other kids? Are they talking to him? Did he grow up with their lives? Was he an involved dad with them when nobody threatened to kill them?
Okay.
Did he pay child support with them Was he involved in their lives? Did he abandon them too? Because literally, Google Albie Shores as the kids.
Whoa.
And see if they mess with him. Exactly. It's a what? A what? A what? A pattern. It's a pattern. It's a pattern. You know? Anyway. Listen. Again, you're right. Laws do make it impossible to remove children from bad family members. So many CPS cases I read about from grandparents fighting. It does. But that's because patriarchy has us brainwashed that we fight to keep men and women in these roles of what parents should be. And we refuse so much and make so many excuses when we see somebody deviating from those roles. You know? But it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Anywho, listen, let me get out of here. I gotta get some sleep. Yeah, listen, I gotta get some sleep. I will, yes, I'm trying to get my sleep. Listen, anyway, listen, you guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna post videos and I'm gonna be live tomorrow too. You guys, we are gonna have a great holiday together. I will see you on live tomorrow. And look for some uploads. I do more than Diddy stuff. I do funny stuff, gossip stuff, deep dives. You'll see. Listen, there are some evil women and men who unfortunately are mothers and fathers. And I'm saying, let's stop making excuses for them. Let's stop it.
Somebody said back to Kim and Ray J.
That's all I'm saying. Stop it.
Yeah.
I'm done. You can be done too. I rebuke the lies of patriarchy and a mother's role and a father's role. No, let's look at who the person is and what they're actually doing. Anyway, enough about that, you guys. I'll be back with some laughs. Y'all know how I feel about deadbeat dads. It's a no for me. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Bye, everybody. Oh, wait, let me make sure I don't have any more super chats. I'm always cutting this off before, if there's any more super chats.
Yep, she cut it off anyway. Yeah, man. For real. Deadbeat dads. There's a lot of them. I mean, you can't make a person do in this world what they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So, only thing I know is I never looked at it. See, I love doing this because I never looked at it from the Albie Shores other kids' perspective. Wait a minute, Dad. You saying that Diddy's a bad dad? What about you? Why you think I'm over here? There's a reason why he never went back to his father. I mean, Diddy probably never did anything but shower him with diamonds and pearls, so to speak. So, yeah, I think that we need to look into Albie Shore's other kids because Albie Shore, this show is funny. All these famous people that's rich, they got a screw loose upstairs. They're not down with the reality of life. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I don't know. I'm glad I sat here and did this one, man. This was incredible. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.